everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time in the United States. That is 11 AM if you're in Australia, and I believe it's still around midnight if you're in the UK. I could be wrong. What's my spiel? That's right. If you miss any of the live streams, remember you can always catch up by clicking the videos tab on my Twitch channel or going to my YouTube channel /PhilDoes3D. If you want to become a Phildo and join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, click that link Hellforge has just popped into Twitch chat. And good morning to Smurfberry and Hellforge. Yes, you were first, Smurfberry. Hellforge says, was racing the timer there with baking stuff and Substance Painter since my graphics card isn't too happy about a stream running while doing baking. Oh no, does that mean that when you're watching me you can't do your work? That's no good. Oh, hi to you guys. Remember too, we're going to continue working on a game called The House in the Hollow, which you can wishlist right now on Steam by clicking the link in Twitch chat. Remember too, if you're watching the stream back at a later date, you can always type !Steam to get a link to the Steam store page, or !Discord to get an invite link to the Discord channel, or you can go to the About Me section on my Twitch channel, and there's a graphic for each of those links in my panels. So yeah, we're going to continue working on the kitchen for the game, The House in the Hollow. So we're doing the kitchen for the house. And my website, thank you Hellforge, I keep forgetting about that. If you want to know more about me and who I am, you can go to my website, which is phildoes3d with a .com on the end. Hey to you, Hellforge. Hellforge says I just can't bake anything. Okay. Smurf says video players tend to dislike baking. Yeah, I actually don't think I've tried watching a video while I do a bake from memory. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Let me empty my bin up here. Okay, so last week we were working on the fridge. We're going to continue working on the fridge today. And remember, tomorrow is a Just Chat stream. So if you want to chat about anything, we can do that tomorrow. I'm sure we'll do it today as well, because you know what I'm like. I can't help myself. Okay, I think what I was doing here was painting out the rubber. So let's continue doing that. So we've got our fridge door here, then we work on the door separately because it's going to be so that the player can open and close it in the game engine. So yeah, the rubber. That's what we're doing, the rubber. I believe I'm in my paint layer. Hang on. What's going on here? Am I the wrong way around? Yes. There we go. Oh, Phil. I'm just going to reduce my brush size a little bit. Hellboy says, how are you going today, Phil? I'm doing really well. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm a little bit tired. When is Phil not tired, though? But apart from that, no, I'm doing really good. I hope you guys are too. I live in Melbourne. I live in Australia. I stream to you guys from Australia, as you know. And I live in Melbourne, which is a city down the bottom of Australia. And we have no human malware, but there's been a big outbreak of human malware up the top of Australia in a city called Brisbane. So that's not too good. This human malware, it sticks around, I tell you. And our mask rule has just been completely lifted now, so you only have to wear a mask in the city I live in if you are travelling on public transport or going in an Uber or a taxi or something like that. Aside from that, you don't have to wear a mask anyway, which is good. Because, I mean, look, I understand the masks are important and I didn't mind wearing one, but I'm glad I don't have to now because I really, really don't like the feel of having a thing over my mouth. It makes my head hot. I get a hot head. Okay, what we're going to do here is we have these brackets on the side that hold the door to the fridge. And we're going to make them, we're either going to go with the muted silver chrome or the really shiny chrome. Which one? I don't know. I think we'll go with the muted chrome. Yeah. I hope you guys are doing well. Helpwood says, can't relate. I haven't shaved in 10 plus years, so I'm used to having something on my face. Well, pardon me. I don't shave either anymore. I mean, I just clipper my stubble now. I could never grow a beard like you have. You've got a really rocking beard there, Helpwood. I can't do that. My hair's too fine. This is as thick as it would ever get for me anyway. And you can barely feel this. It's just bum fuzz on my face, really. Coffee, yes, coffee. And save. Let's save and then let's do a coffee. Because why not? Smurf says this human malware year has seen me go like an entire month or two at a time between shaves. Hellforge says you make it up for being an amazing 3D artist and said, oh, thank you, Hellforge. Oh, I love you guys. Okay, it'll be nice though when the world can return back to normal. Just saying. I'm really over the human malware. Now I've got to find the right group for that chrome. Which one is it? I guess it's not that one. I guess it's not that one either. Didn't I name these? Oh yes, here we go, chrome trim. I thought I named them. Okay, and all we have to do is add to our color selection, and we're going to pick those. Alrighty. Just wondering if I should maybe just distress that a little bit. Yeah, it might be a good idea because the fridge door itself has been, you know, made old looking. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, good. I'm being shown the field day love by Hellforge as well. Murph says, because hey, nobody else is going to know. So you're not bothering to shave because no one else is going to know. I can relate, Smurfberry, don't worry. Trapped in my little bubble here. That's not exactly true. I do have to go in for meetings and stuff, but occasionally. Speaking of which, guys, there'll be no streams next week. Next week is Easter. I've got a couple of things I have to do over the Easter period, so no streams next week, back the week after. Of course, there's tomorrow's stream, which is the Phil Does Chat, but no streams next week, back the week after. Again, if you never should, my schedule generally never changes, but if you're not sure, either follow me on my Twitter account at PhilDoes3D because I post when I go live, or you can jump on the Discord server and look under the stream schedule because that's been updated for the next 3 or 4 months of my stream. So, Hellforge says, I'm doing really well to be honest. Present baking issues excluded. Been really happy the past few weeks and been more productive the past 3 months than I was the whole of last year. Well, that's pretty good. So you've been more productive in the last 3 months than the whole of last year. Well, that's a win. Good to hear. What problems are you having with baking? I'm assuming you're using substance cleaner. Oh, look, I might just stress that a little bit, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... What am I going to do? Because the chrome is right down here in the stack. Let's have a look. I'm just going to look for a metal. Come on, show me a metal. I've got a rusted steel. Don't know if I want to go that dirty though. We have an old iron. What's that one like? That might work. Hellford says, yeah, painter, just ray distance, the usual bollocks. Smurf says, I finally bought a power supply this morning. Oh, cool. After hoping that the one I wanted would come back in stock, and it didn't. What power supply did you end up getting, Smurfberry? I might try throwing this on the top of the stack, so I'm going to do that. Where did it put it? You did, yep, good, put it at the top. Let's play with the scaling a little bit. I'm going to turn off the height. I'm also going to turn off the rough. I'm going to mask it. Oh, this is what it's going to do. Alright, I'm going to group that single layer. I'm going to call it hinges. And I'm going to mask with color selection to the hinge. And I'm going to look for a smart mask. Helpwood says, not sure how much I have left to do on the shotgun that I posted in the help section. I looked at it this morning. So I might be close to finishing my second portfolio piece of the year. Cool. Yeah, I looked at it this morning, Hellforge, and I like the one where you've actually increased the spec a little bit on the actual metal part of the gun. So the top one, I believe. I'll show these off at the end of the stream as well, because I see that Sniper Girl posted some images as well of the project she's working on. So yeah, I just think the top one, looking at it here actually, the top one with a little bit more of a speck or gloss on the metal part of the gun helps to bring out the damage and stuff that you put into the metal. I like the top one better, the shinier one better. And I will show your work all toward the end of the stream. Remember guys, if you want me to show your work all, post the image in the gallery on the Phil.3D Discord server, and because I love looking at the work that you guys make, and I like to show it off on stream. I usually do that just before I sign off for the day. Smurf says, I ordered an Asus ROG Strix 850 watt white edition. Whoa, white. I had black interiors on my computers, but white's nice too. It's going to be sweet. So yeah, Asus make good power supplies as well. I'm not sure who the, I don't know if they do their own or if they're like every other power supply vendor now, because there's really only 2 or 3 major suppliers of power supply, and they rebrand, other companies rebrand these major companies' power supplies like Seasonic and Antec and all that sort of stuff. Like they're the originals, and then other companies rebrand under their power supply. But I'm not sure about Asus. Asus might make their own. Does it have any RGB on it, Smurf? Smurf says, because that one shockingly did come back into stock right when I was considering a third one. Yeah, Smurf says a lot of them rebrand Seasonic. Yeah, Seasonic, that's what I've got. A very good power supply, good brand. Asus are a good brand too. Corsair, another good brand that you could buy under. Just try and avoid the really cheap power supplies, because the power supply is the thing that powers all of your expensive equipment, from your graphics card to your motherboard to your CPU. If you cheap out on the power supply, you may have problems that could cause thousands of dollars worth of damage, if it fries all of your components. So please don't cheap out on the power supply. It's really, really important. I mean, it's the one thing I think a lot of people, how many times have I said this? A lot of people think, oh, I'll buy expensive parts and I'll save money by buying a cheap power supply. Please don't do that. You will regret it one day, trust me. And it's happened to me. I bought a cheap power, this is years and years and years ago. but I bought a cheap power supply once for a media center PC that I used to have hooked up to my TV. And the power supply burnt out and it killed my motherboard as well. So, you know, don't do it. Just don't do it. Smurf says no, it has no RGB. Yeah, Seasonics are good, as Smurf says. They are, they're very good. Antec's another good one as well. I've got an Antec power supply in that machine over there. And these two I've got Seasonics. Silverstone is another good brand as well. Smurf says, I originally wanted a Corsair RMX 850 white edition. The Asus was my second choice, but they were both out of stock for like the last 2 to 3 weeks. I was about to get the black version of the Corsair power supply, but it went out of stock this morning too. So I was looking at Seasonics this morning and just happened to refresh Asus's page and the ROG was back in stock, so I snapped that up right away. Yeah, and again, the reason that people have been having a problem finding power supplies is because everybody's been buying computers and computer parts because everyone's been working from home, so power supplies have been in short supply. Power supply, short supply, get it? Okay, I'll shut up now. So yeah, power supplies have gone up in price, like everything else, and they've been hard to buy. So, actually, I have to build a new machine for a friend of mine. We ordered all the parts yesterday for it. It'll probably come after Easter, I imagine now. So next week. So I'll put that together for him next week. Hellboy says lower roughness on the metal and a bit more roughness on the wood in parts are the only real changes that I've done compared to the renders I've posted yet. No, I picked that up by looking at the comparison between the top one and the bottom one. I could see the difference in the metal. I didn't actually notice the difference in the wood though. But now that you point it out, I can see that as well. Yep, looks cool. It's a nice looking gun. And your second portfolio piece nearly done. Congrats. Creative Steve! Hey Creative Steve, it's good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Hi to you as well. Smurf says, also hardly anyone makes a power supply with white paint. That's true. Yeah, so is your case, is it white, Smurfberry? Is that why you went with a white power supply, I'm assuming? I could be wrong. I often am. Sniper Echo, hey buddy, it's good to see you too. I hope you had a good weekend. It goes really well, thanks for asking. I'm doing good. I hope you guys are as well. Okay, I thought that was what you were going to do. Alright, fine. Fine. What I'm going to have to do is... This is really going to be a pain. In fact, I might just keep the hinges as there's a bit more of a distressed metal anyway. Yeah, I think that's probably the easier way to go. Okay. Smurf says, yeah, the Cooler Master Striker is a white case. Okay, well that makes sense as to why you bought a white power supply now then. I get it. It's good to see you, Sniper, there. And you too, Creative Steve. Yeah. Okay. Unanua, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Phil Does 3D. I do appreciate it when you follow the channel, so thank you. Unanua, if I'm mispronouncing and mangling your username, I apologize in advance. The guys will tell you how bad I am. Remember, Unanua, if you do want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord server, you can click the links that have been popped into Twitch chat, or click the one that I've just popped in. You don't have to, but there's a gallery section where you can show off your work. There's a section where you can link to your portfolio or your demo reel if you have one, a tutorial and tips section, and also sections like tools and scripts and art help and advice and all that sort of jazz. So anything and everything relating to 3D or art, really. So now the shelves in the fridge here, I think I'm just going to go with this chrome, this muted chrome color. I think that's probably easiest and best. We don't want to get too outrageous with this fridge. Well, this fridge door. So we're going to go back down to where our chrome is, which is this one, the chrome trim, and pick those. We could have made it the same colour as the fridge door, but I think having them as chrome just helps to add a bit of interest, but they're too clean. Story of my life. Too clean. So what I'm going to do instead here is I'm going to remove the one we just added. I'm going to duplicate this group. Where are we? Duplicate layers, that's what I want to believe. We're going to, well, I was going to move it to the top of the stack, but we don't really have to. I'm going to go into the color selection, remove these two, and because we made a copy, it won't affect what we've already done. And I'm going to pick those shelves again. Actually, I'm going to move this to the top of the stack, otherwise I'll lose it and I'll get confused. I'm going to rename this shelves. And we'll just move it up to the top of our stack. Easy to find that way, because otherwise we'll get completely lost. I'm just going to do a quick save as well. Hellforge says, so no solid gold fridge door. No, we've got a solid gold toilet though. Well, toilet seat and, yeah, cover. Hellforge says Smurf will flip a table because there's no solid gold fridge. Hellforge says, give it a colour as well so you can easily find it. Well, that's true, I could. I won't need to, it's at the top of the stack, it should be easy to find. But we do want to jump back into our materials. Actually, I might go into the smart materials for this one, we'll see what we've got there. And we just want to find an underlying metal. Not that one. Maybe this one. Let's have a look at this one. I'm just going to drop it in the stack. And I'm going to drag it in here. And we're going to add a smart mask. We might just go with surface worn, I think. And I'm just going to pull it in a little bit, just to break up that clean looking chrome that we've got going on everywhere. And Coffee Helpwood says, yes, Coffee. Smurf says you need special hinges for a solid gold fridge door. You would. You would need special hinges. I'm just going to remove a little bit from the front here because it was a little bit heavy. So we're still keeping the distressing here on the fridge, on the bottom of the shelf. But I just wanted to remove a little bit from the actual sides of the shelf here. Might just pull it up a little bit more on the bottom of the shelf. And we'll keep the wall space and we'll keep the position. That should be it now. Just dirty them up a little bit to match the rest of the fridge. Filthy, filthy fridge. Can you imagine having your food in a fridge like this? Ew. Gross. Gross. I don't know that we really need to do much more to the fridge door, to be honest with you. I think we probably can say that the fridge door is done. Let's do a quick save so I can have a quick coffee. Helpwood says, I wonder if it needs special hinges as well, considering how often it's been called unhinged. Helpwood says, UV unwrapping changes you. I see the guys have been talking about the new release of 3D Studio Max, because you guys know I'm a Max person. I love my Max. Max is my baby. And Autodesk have just updated Max to 2022. I'm still on 2021 at the moment. What we tend to do at the studio is we don't update to a new version of Max immediately. It's the minute it's been released, because we have other integrations in the pipeline we have to make sure aren't broken by updating to a new version of Max. So we're testing all of that at the moment before we decide to fully embrace the new version. Although it does look pretty sweet. Those new Polytool stuff is really good. The new retopology updates that Autodesk did to that tool look really cool as well. So yeah, all up, it looks pretty cool. But I'm still on 2021 just until we finish making sure that all of the stuff we use for our pipeline isn't broken, because you can't reuse the same plugins that you were using in 2021 or 2020. Every couple of years when Autodesk make a new update to Max, they update the SDK, which means all of the plugins need to be updated as well. So you've got to wait. If you use third-party plugins, you're going to have to wait until the devs recompile their plugins for the new version of Max. Hang on, Helper says try reading that again. UV unwrapping changes you. What did I misread? And Helper says, I wonder if I need special hinges as well, considering how often I've been called unhinged. Helper says, speaking of reading, any one of you been reading anything good lately? Book or audio wise? No, I haven't. I haven't had enough time to sit down and read a book. I'd like to, but no. Or listen to an audiobook. I don't think I've ever listened to an audiobook actually in my life. How about that? Phil has never listened to an audiobook. Let's export these textures for the fridge. Kitchen. Old fridge. Yeah, this folder will do. Actually, I want to rename it before I export it though, so I'm just going to save those settings and rename it from Material 25, which is not very descriptive and very bad of me not to have done this sooner, to Fridge Door. Now we can save and we can export. We're going to make sure we're using a rough metalness and export. Good. Have you read anything, or have you been reading a good book, Hellforge, or an audiobook? Smurf says, I read The Space Between Worlds in January. It was kind of interesting. I'll have to look that one up. What genre is it, Smurfberry? Is it science fiction, horror, mystery? The Space Between Worlds. Interesting title. Hellford says you're missing out if you can listen to stuff while working. I do that all the time, and it's one of the few things that keeps me sane whenever I get down to the tedious cleanup and UV stuff. You guys know how much I love UV mapping. It's one of the worst things. I mean, it's really, really important to get good UV maps to get a good 3D model textured, but man, I hate doing it so much. Which is why I use Rhizome UV, because it makes the job much easier. Smurf says it's a sci-fi about jumping between alternate realities. Okay, cool. I like a good sci-fi story. I like a good horror story too. Elfwood says that sounds pretty cool. It does. Does sound very cool. Okay, let's pick the fridge itself. Actually, before we do that, I just want to make a couple of smart materials here so that we can reuse stuff we've already created. So we've got the panel metal oven, so we're reusing the oven material for the fridge. We have the handle here, which is a silver handle. The oven trim, I'm just trying to think of what's on the interior of the fridge. I don't think there's a lot. There's a couple of shelves, there's a light. But apart from that, I don't think there is much else. So I'll need the fridge material, which we've already saved out. I might save out one of the chromes as well, so I might choose the handle chrome, I think. So this one here, my silver handles. I don't think I created a smart material for that, so let's do that. No, I already did actually. That was too good. So that means we can just delete this one. Okay, we should be good. Helpwood says everything I've been reading and listening to for the past few years are in the Warhammer 40k setting. Been plenty of good ones I've heard lately. And I also read the physical books before bed. Well, it's a good way if you have problems sleeping. Reading is a good way to fix that. We're going to go to 4K because again the engine's going to knock it back to 2K anyway. So yeah, if you have problems sleeping at night, reading a book will help you. But I must listen to more audio books. I don't listen to enough. Smurf says it's a major downside. Its major downside is that it's written in a first-person perspective, which I loathe. But the premise was pretty interesting because you see how some of the same characters' lives turned out differently in the different worlds. Okay. I do like a good science fiction story. I have to check it out. It's finding time sometimes. Because if I'm not doing 3D, if I'm not doing work for the ArchViz and I'm doing work for the games, and finding a lot of Phil's tired. The long or the short of it is Phil is tired, as usual. So yeah, again, just a reminder, guys, no streams next week. Tomorrow's stream is Phil Does Chat, and I'm back the week after next. So let's see, now let's just do a search on so we can filter out a lot of the stuff. And which one was it? It was my kitchen metal doors, my kitchen metal oven. That was the one we want. Come on, Substance, you can do it. There are a lot of layers in this material, so it will take Substance just a little while. Smurf says it's in this sort of gnarly climate change future, and there's a gleaming city surrounded by brutal desert wastes and warlords. Well, it does sound cool. What have you just posted in the Discord there, Sniper Echo? So Hellforge has posted Hellforge has posted is this a meme or is this from your work? Says someone, how would you describe your material, your mental health? Make a 3D artist. Wow, those UVs are pretty bad. And Sniper has said for years it was this exact image, no joking. That right there is a clear explanation. My phone's going on. Clear explanation of the air game design for the original Battle Royale game mode. No. You're having a lend to me. If you guys want to see what I'm talking about, jump on the Discord server. I'm just going to check that my phone because yeah, there's some stuff going on at the Archery Studio. I'll be 2 seconds.
It all started with a feeling. It all started with a feeling.
Okay, I'm back.
It all started with a
Um,
feeling.
Helpwood says Storm of Iron by Graham McNeil, the first and only by Dan Abnett, are probably two of the best ones so far. It was really hard to put down once I started with them. Okay, I'll check that. I have to look into those as well. Sniper says, no joke, Phil, that's an actual solid explanation of that part of the game mode. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Wow. So he's saying that right there is a clear explanation of the air game design for the original Battle Royale game mode. No joke. Oh, wow. I'm so confused, Smurf says. Yeah. I swear though, it's 100% real. That's actually it. Sniper Echo says, man, no. If you jump on the Discord, guys, if you want to see what we're talking about. But man, that can't be. That's just that's terrible. Thank you, Hellforge says. A link to the Discord server if you're not a member and you want to see what we're talking about. Smurf says, I don't know what an air game is. Sniper says, now who wants to see what my UVs look like? Yeah, what is an air game? I'm not familiar with air game either. You're not the only ones. Smurf? Okay, let's make some changes to this material, I think. We're going to start by removing the blank layer that Substance creates automatically when you make a new project. We're going to go into our material. Well, first things first, I'm going to paint out a lot of this rust because it's way too rusty. We don't want that. We want some rust, but not that much rust. I'm just going to make sure I find the right layer. I believe it's this layer here. Maybe. Maybe not. I want to see what your UVs look like, Sniper Echo. Euro says, Phil does 3D Discord is now PG-18. Sniper says, that image depicts all possible strategies, decisions you can perform when you exit the airplane at the start of the game. That can't be. I mean, I can't even see an airplane in that scribble. Wow. If somebody handed that to me, I would have just hit the roof. If I was in a studio and somebody handed that to me, wow. Euro says, that's such a lewd thing to say, Sniper Echo. Smurf says, you mean PUBG? Sniper says, no, sadly, PUBG has way less options, but similar. That was the Arma 3 Battle Royale game mode. Smurf says, Phil, stop reading the Discord during a stream and work more. You'll make my YouTube viewers very happy, Smurf. Alright, so yeah, I've got to find the right layer so I can paint out some of this rust. I think it might be... maybe this one? Maybe? No, I don't think it is this one actually. It's one of these layers. Now you might be thinking, oh, he's only got 3 layers, what's he complaining about? There are many, many layers within these 3 layers. That's the problem. So I've got to find the right layer for the paint layer. It's going to be in one of the fill layer. Yeah, it's going to be in a paint layer. I think it's this one here actually. Yep, this is the one. So we're just going to paint out a lot of this rust. Because we don't want our fridge to be that rusty. Might leave that one little rust dot there, but we'll get rid of most of this. And I'm going to paint out that rust up there. I don't mind the rust here on the side bits. And even maybe a little rust on the shells, but maybe not quite so much. So let's get rid of some of this. Paint out a bit here. Helpwood says, first and only is a good introduction to Warhammer 40k. Same with the Eisenhorn series by Dan Abnett, as well as another one that a lot of people use as a gateway. All of these words. Theophis Khan series by Sandy Mitchell. Creative Steve says, I'll have to look into those Helpwood. Yeah, I will too. Smith says, I have a friend who had so many Warhammer minis. Helpwood says, I'm too poor to buy full, so I learned to do 3D so I can make my own. Helpwood says, now I just spend all my money on books instead. Because books are expensive now too, aren't they? They're pretty expensive. Buying a book now, man, expensive. Sniper Girl, it's good to see you, Sniper Girl. Hope you had a good weekend, hope you're doing well. And I saw all the images you posted in the Discord. We'll show them toward the end of the stream today. The project that Sniper Girl is working on. If you don't want to wait for me to show her work, jump on the Discord server and look in the gallery yourself. But I will show them at the end of the stream. Helpwood says, hi, it's good to see you. Sniper Girl says, has Phil been behaving and doing 3D? What do you think, Sniper Girl? You know me well enough. Have I been behaving and doing only 3D? No. Phil's been chatting away as usual. So we're going to paint out a lot of the rust here. I'm doing 3D now, you see? You see? Do you see? We'll leave a little bit of rust on the hinge there. They'll never see the back of the fridge, but there's no rust there anyway. And I don't mind that rusty stain there. Smurf says, no, he's being bad. I'm always bad. Smurf says he did do some 3D. Some 3D, Sniper Girl says. She says worked this weekend, but that's fine too. She worked, okay. Because you're taking time off soon, aren't you, Sniper Girl? I think you mentioned last week. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to... what do I want to do? I want to paint out some of the distressing. And again, I've got to find the right layer for that. I want to change the paint color a little bit as well. Well, yeah, I want to change the mix, I should say. When I find the right layer. Come on, Phil, which layer is it in? No, not that one. Not that one. Maybe this one. Maybe. Well, it doesn't seem to be that one. Sniper Rico says OFFS, which I won't decrypt for you what FFS stands for. You guys and girls look it up online. I want to keep it clean. Hellford says classic sniper. Sniper says every goddamn time. Sniper girl says yep. Hellford says is showing some Fildo love. Sniper girl says looking at taking a 1 month leave of absence for the month of May. Still to save up for that. Going to be picking up a lot more days to ensure that happens. Sounds like a good plan. Ooh, 1 month break, that'll be sweet. Again, just a reminder, guys and girls, I'm not streaming next week. So tomorrow is a Phil Does Chat stream. What's different about today? No streams next week, but I'm back the week after. So yeah, I'm just repeating it for people that might be coming into the stream a little bit late. And tune in next week and say, where the hell is Phil? No streams next week, back the week after. But if you're never sure, always jump on the Discord server, look under the schedule, and I've got the next 4 months worth of streams set up in my schedule for you. Is it this layer? That's one layer. Which layer is it? Hang on. Let me see what I'm trying to do here. So basically what I want to do is I want to just paint out some of this dirt layer we've got going on here. So that's what I'm looking for. So if you're wondering why, what is he doing? I think it's in this layer down here actually. I'm looking in the completely wrong spot. I think it's in here that I need. Sounds like you need some more coffee. I think you're right. Fast File System. No, yes, that's what FSS stands for. That's right, Fast File System. You didn't say FSS though, did you? You said FFS. Or am I wrong? Can I not read? Well, we all know I can't read. But let me check this. You said FFS, which is completely different from FSS. Hellwood says fast food security when Ronald McDonald has had enough of your nonsense and brings out the baseball bat. Sniper Girl says one good thing about my hellish job is that they can't keep people 12-hour shifts. PPL, is that people? A ton of people quit after the first week, so they always approve people to work extra hours if they want. Well, that's what they should be doing. They shouldn't be forcing people to work 12-hour days. You know, working a 12-hour day is a long day. I mean, it's a really long day. Just waiting for substance here. I mean, if you want to work 12 hours, well, that's fine, but you shouldn't be making people work 12-hour days. Okay, it's in this layer here I want to work with. Because, yeah, 12-hour day is a long day. I mean, it is. I mean, it's a long day. Sniper says nice. Hellwood says this. Sniper says FFS. It was. I thought so. Sniper says FML. OMFG. Sniper Girl says looking at working every Sunday due to its always overtime pay and working Wednesday this week. So yep, no overtime. Yeah, sure. Always work a Sunday if it's overtime. Why not? Unless you have, you know, some religious objection or something, but I can't see the problem with working on a Sunday, getting all that extra money. It's just like another day of the week, really. Okay, I believe it's in this layer here, which it looks like it has been highlighted. Did I do that on purpose? Did I highlight that so that it would remind me and I just completely forgot? I bet you I did. Because you know how Hellforge has been saying, colour them. So you can find them easily. Anyway. That's taken Phil like 10 minutes to find the right layer when it's been highlighted the whole time. Go figure. Smurfberry Barbecue says barbecue. Snapper says good job. Sniper Girl says you know me and religion. Yeah, I know. Working Easter due to the double pay. Praise God. Okay, so in this layer, which one is it? Is the next question. It's the paint. I believe it's this one here. Yep, it's this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to paint out some of that dark that we have going on, I think. I'll probably have to move to another layer as well, but we'll tackle that in a minute. In fact, I'm going to change my brush as well. I know it's hard for you to see what's going on here, but trust me, it's taking out a little bit of the dark. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find the next layer, which would be... Okay, this I think is the distressing layer. Let me have a look. No, that's okay. It's the base metal layer here. So it's got to be one of these. And so it's in this layer, so it's got to be one of these. Okay, I'm going to jump into this layer here. I'm going to add a paint. Where are we? I'm just going to paint out some of this distressing on the metal here because it's too heavy. I'll leave a little bit here and there, but I want to paint a lot of it out. I'll come back to the actual colour in a minute. I've got to find the right layer. While I'm in the right layer here for the distressing though, we'll knock that back a little bit. Okay. This is the layer I want. Okay, I believe it's in here. I could be wrong. We'll find out. No, I don't think it is this one. No, it is that one. I'm sure it's that one. Yeah. We might do the same thing again though. We might add a paint layer. And I'm just going to paint out a lot of the darker colour.
Show me your heart and show me your soul, and I'll take you somewhere only I know. Make me your
I'll do the same for the top.
make me your dreams. I'll show you nothing but love. I'll give you all that you need. I wanna see the sea, but amazingly
I'm using the dirt brush because it gives me that speckled look, so it keeps a bit of the darker colour here and there, instead of using a brush that painted over the entire thing, because I want that two-tone colour to give the metal a bit more interest to look at. Let's paint out some from the interior as well. I want to get back in there and paint that out in a minute as well. I missed it before. Hellboy says that kind of looks like marble unless I've been hitting the holy potato juice again. Oh, it's very shiny for a marble though. But yeah, with the darker colour, it was just too dark. It didn't look quite right. So I'm removing a lot of the darker colour and painting in more of the white painted metal, basically. Well, it's not a white painted metal, more of a cream painted metal. Saving copy, good suggestions. Let's do a save. I don't think we've saved this project yet, have we? No. We better do that. Kitchen, old fridge, fridge body. And copy. Euro, it's good to see you, Euro. Sorry it took me a while to catch up with the chat. Hope you had a good weekend, Euro. Sniper Girl says, hey, Euro says, apologies for being late. Needed all my desktop space for stuff. You're good, thanks. I'm doing really well. I hope you are. I see you guys were talking about the new version of Max that's been released. Max 2022 is officially out. Which is looking very cool. Like you were saying that the new edit poly tools are really, really good. Yeah, they do look really cool. I haven't updated to 2022 yet, because we're just waiting. We're doing some tests on our pipeline at the studio to make sure nothing breaks, because you're going to have to get all new plugins and stuff if you upgrade to the new version of Max. I might leave some of the darker colour just in a corner here because it might make things look interesting. But we'll remove a lot more than we leave. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing around with the new version of Max. I haven't installed it just yet, but I will. Same with this. We might leave the darker colour around that rust stain, but we'll remove most of it everywhere else. Hopefully you guys can see that on the stream. It's a subtle difference that I'm painting over, but it is a difference, trust me. We'll do the back, even though you'll never see the back, because the back will be against the wall. And to my knowledge, there is nothing there is no gameplay mechanic where you have to move the fridge. I don't think. Not at this stage, anyway. Who knows with those wacky guys at the game studio, though. Leave that bit there. I want to paint out that. Actually, before I do that, I really should finish. I keep jumping from one thing to another. I really should stick on one section. Yura says our clock's changed. I blame the human race's infatuation with time. So, have your daylight savings started or finished or something, Yura? Sniper Girl says LOL. Sniper Girl says I blame work. Hellforge says all valid reasons for being late. Sniper Girl says need the hours so I can take leave of absence next month. Can't wait. Hira says I blame Autodesk releasing 2022. So much new toys to play with. Yeah, it does look pretty sweet. And remember, you can Autodesk software is now a subscription model, as you guys know. So you can rent it monthly if you want to. But if you want to buy Macs, they have an indie license, which they don't really talk about a lot. But I think it's $250 for a year for the license for a year. It's fully functional, the same as the normal Macs program, but it's called an indie license. It's available in a lot of countries now in the world. When it first started, it was only available in 3 or 4, but Autodesk have expanded that quite a bit. So chances are pretty good that in the country you live in, you could buy an indie license. So yeah, I believe it's $250 USD. It's about $390 Australian if you want to buy it here in Australia, which is a really good deal. Because that software, if you wanted to buy it outright, used to cost thousands of US dollars. So it's good that Autodesk allow you to buy an indie license if you want to use their software, because it is expensive. And even the subscription model now is probably more expensive than when you used to buy it outright. So which one am I looking for here? It's not that one. I think it might be this one. It could be. No, it's not that one. Yeah, I think it's this one here. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to add a paint layer. And again, I'm just painting out some of the darker area. It's really subtle. You're probably not even going to be able to see it on the stream because it's really hard even for me to see here sitting right in front of the thing. But trust me, it is taking out a little bit of the dark. I think the other thing I might do is, again, I've got to find the right layer. So it is in here. Doesn't seem to be the rust layer, which is the one I thought it would be. Seems to be this layer. Let's just play around with the levels here. Don't seem to be doing a lot. Why is that? Euro says, yeah, I'm waiting. Yep, I'm waiting on plugins to update too. Give me all the shinies. Euro says, started British summertime now. Oh, okay, so that means that the UK will be back to 1 a.m. start. If you're watching me in the UK, it'll be back to 1 a.m. in the morning, I'm assuming. Sniper Girl says, can you really worry about the back of the fridge when it's not really modelled out? What do you mean? What do you mean modelled out? You'll never see this because that'll be against the wall. You're talking about in here? It's an old fridge. What do you mean? It doesn't have that plastic of modern fridges where it's all, you know. Hellforge says we changed over to summertime a couple of days ago. Oh, okay. Well, Hellforge as well. So if you're in the other part of Europe, it's going to be later again. Euro says max 2016 for petrol was 1,200 euro. Or is that pound? I always get them mixed up. Euro says ish, yeah. And so yeah, the indie license of Max is good value. Fully functional, 12-month license, 250 USD a year if you want to buy Max under an indie license. Now, the indie license means there are some restrictions in that you can't earn more than 100,000 US dollars a year to actually use the indie license. So if you're under 100,000 a year, then you should be fine. And that's US dollars. Sniper says, hang on, it's summertime with a question mark. Last week it was only Wednesday. What the hell? Hellforge says, that's what my computer told me a couple of days ago when it bumped the clock forward an hour. And 2 a.m. in central EU for Phil's starting time. Oh man. Well, next week, Australia finishes daylight saving. So for me, my stream will start an hour earlier. It'll be the same for you. Yeah. It's only in Australia where it changes quite a bit between the different daylight savings times changing around the world. I always stream 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States, but our daylight savings finishes next week. So at the moment, I start at 11 a.m. in my time. Next week, I won't be streaming next week, but the week after, I'd start at 10 a.m. So my time. But it's always 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's why I don't tend to talk about it much because it gets so confusing. Euro says equals pound. Oh, okay. So the one was like the half circle is the euros and that one is the pound. Okay, fine. I'll try and remember that. And I always get them because they're so similar. They are very similar, you know. I know one has 2 lines through it and one has 1, but still they're similar. So you still work in pounds and not in euros, hey Euro? Even though your name is Euro, you don't work in euros. Alford says power cables and such. Alford says vents and motors. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, well that's true actually. I hadn't even thought about that. Because yeah, normally you'd have a grill at the back of the fridge here. And the motor would probably be around the bottom of the fridge. But that's okay. Because this fridge is going to be up against a wall. The player is never going to see back there anyway, which is why we didn't have it modelled. I don't think the player is going to notice, to be honest, when the fridge is against the wall. But you are correct, and I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, there is all this other stuff at the back of a fridge that makes it work. It's not just a box. Smurf says, I refuse to participate in subscription tools on principle. Well, I don't blame you, but what choice do you have if you want to use the software? You gotta subscribe. I don't like it either. Sniper says, pounds equals better, euros equals not so much. Euro says, money is a construct designed to imprison us all. Well, that's true, but if you don't have it, then you're in for a world of pain in this world, aren't you? You need it to survive. You gotta earn the money to buy the food to survive, pay the rent or whatever. But I agree, it is terrible. Money, bane of all society. Makes people behave badly usually. Yura says, I prefer the idea of a barter economy. Yeah, well, that's the way things used to be back in the day. Snapper says similar. Yura says, I can't pronounce that word. Eurotsukidoji. Yura says, I had to order a new AIO yesterday after 4 years of keeping an overclocked Haswell. Haswell, man, that's up. And 1 year of keeping my 3090X Chili. The pump block started making some funky vibrations. Yeah, I've only just switched to using an AIO for my CPU cooler with the new build. I do like it. It is very, very quiet compared to a fan. But I have heard that they don't tend, like a fan will basically last until the fan gives out. An AIO, generally they say they last between 2 and 5 years, and then they've got to be replaced because they get less efficient, because the coolant, unless you can refill it, which a lot of the CPU all-in-ones you can't, the coolant evaporates eventually, so it needs to be replaced. Either that or the pump goes, and the pump is the bit that pumps the hot liquid through the radiator. So I'm going to see how this one goes. I mean, yeah, it's fine now because it's new, but let's see in a couple of years how it goes. But they are quiet. I've always been worried about liquid cooling with regards to computers. I mean, I know it's been a thing for decades, but liquid and electronics to me are a bad mix. So I've always been a bit wary. This is my first AIO, and like I said, it's been fine. There are no leaks or anything, which is good. But I am paranoid about it. I just imagine, the AIO leaking all over my 3090. Because you can't buy another one for love nor money at the moment if you want a graphics card. As you guys know, it's so hard to buy graphics cards at the moment, whether it's AMD or Nvidia. So yeah, so you got 4 years out of yours. I've heard, between 2 and 5 generally is the lifespan of an AIO before you need to replace it. Euro says going from 240mm up to 360. Yeah, I've got a 360. You guys know I have an i9-10900K, which, as you guys know, runs really hot. So I had to get a 360 to keep the thing cool. Yeah. But it means that the fans can spin at a lower resolution because you've got 3 larger fans on a 360. So it keeps the noise down. Pardon me. Bill's losing his voice again. Euro says, just because I have room to do so. Yeah, well, that's pretty much. Well, I bought it because I knew that the 10900K can get pretty hot because it likes to suck down the power. Intel. Euro says, new one I can top up. My old one is the one is one of the OG Corsair AIOs. I actually have a Fantex AIO because I have a Fantex case and I wanted everything to match. And it's a good AIO. It works really well. I like the look of it. And the other thing I liked about the Fantex AIO is it's flat. Like, the bit that goes over, the pump bit that goes over the actual CPU. Some of them sit out like that high, or they're round, like an NZXT one. They're generally round and they sit out from the CPU. Whereas the Fantex one is pretty much flat on the CPU. I've shown you guys a picture, I think. Yeah, this is not a great picture, but that's the AIO here. So it sits really flat compared to the RAM here, whereas most of them stick up past the RAM. So yeah, and the design sort of matches the rest of the case, so that's the reason I got it as well. It's good you got one that you can top up though. Euro says 5 years total, 4 years cooling, a hot overclocked CPU. Well, that's pretty good. 5 years life out of an AIO is pretty good. Euro says 3, heck no man. I already have 3. New AIO comes with another 3. So push, so you're running 6. So push and pull configuration with 6 fans, man. Wow, yeah, I've seen the push-pull configuration. I only have a push, or is it a pull? No, I have a pull configuration. So I've got the 3 fans at the top of the radiator, with the radiator sitting below, because I don't like the look of the sides of the fan through the case, so I put the radiator down there because it looks cleaner. The fans are on top and they're sucking air up through the radiator and out. 6 though, man. 6. I have seen that push-pull. Sniper Girl says, if you did 3D and not talk so much, you'd not lose your voice. Well, that's very true. Leave me alone. I've got to find this layer. I'm looking for this particular layer. It's driving me nuts. It's this layer here. I think what I might end up doing... We'll turn the mask of this layer off. I'll leave the paint layer on. I just want to remove a little bit more of the dark colour from the metal. But what I want to do here is I want to go in and find this, which was, if I can remember, and I probably can't. Yeah, not that one. It's this one here. So I'm going to throw another paint layer in. Paint that out a bit. It's just too bumpy. But now that I've painted that out, I have to also remove that. So we've got to find that one now. Is this one here. And which one in this sub layer is it? That's partially it. What I think I'll do here is I'll throw a paint layer. Probably on this group. So actually what I'm going to need to do is either it's the black or the white mask. Man, I always get these two mixed up. I think I want a black mask. Yes. No. Yes. No. He didn't like that. Why didn't it like that? Alright, let's try adding a fill layer in here. Or a paint layer, sorry. No, that's not what I want. I want it in this layer. In fact, I could just remove the entire layer, I think. I don't think it's adding anything anywhere else. From memory? No, we're going to remove the layer. We'll disable the entire layer. This one. I still need to find that other second color though. It's driving me nuts. So just so I don't get confused here, these layers that I'm removing, I'm going to actually delete. Ira says 3? Heck no, man, I already have 3. Sorry, I've read that. Copy, I need copy, that's right, I can't read the chat properly. Ira says, I just hope I can fit all of those fans in. Going to be some cable management kung fu going on, I think. Helpwood says, black mask adds white mask takes away. You've told me that, and I will have forgotten it by next week, Hellforge. Yeah, I think the reason I get confused is because Max's masking works in the opposite way to most other 3D programs masking. And I'm so used to the way Max does it that it confuses me when I get into other programs. Because Max is pretty much opposite, so yeah. It's opposite from every other masking in every other 3D program. I don't know why. I don't know why Autodesk did that. It makes things very confusing. Okay, this is... I think it's in this layer. I think it's this one here. I think it's this one here. Let's just play with this a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to pull it up a bit. I don't want that two-tone color being so strong. I want to bring it up so it's not quite so in your face. And there's one other layer here, and it's this one here. And it will be... Which one of these? Again, we have a few layers here we're not using, so I'm going to remove them. Let's also remove that one. Because otherwise it just gets too confusing, there's too many layers going on. Remove this one as well. Where is that layer? I'll come back to the fridge body in a minute. Let's move on to... That needs to be kept as a separate layer. So what I'm going to have to do is when I re-export this from Max to bring it into Unreal, I'm going to have to add that. That should have had a separate material because that's meant to be glass. That's like a light in the back of the fridge. We'll look at that in a minute. I want to again get rid of some of this bumpiness going on. So we're going to find that bumpy layer again. I'm going to paint it out. I want a little bit there, but not as much as is showing up here. Okay, and now what do I want to do? Well, we want the handle, so let's go into our smart materials. Let's again search for because we have our saved smart material called my silver handles. Let's bring that in. Hang on. Just going to undo that because I want to make sure I'm in the top of the stack. And we want to mask with color selection to that. Why am I not getting a result? Let's remove that color selection there. Let's remove that color selection there. That's strange. Why is that? Oh, that's because we don't have any material IDs baked out for some strange reason. Why is that? I think it's because I forgot to bake the map out, didn't I? That's the reason. Duh. Let's do this. This is what we should have done when we first opened up the new project, and I forgot. We're going to use the low poly as the high poly, and we're going to use the vertex color as the ID map. It's okay. Substance will reapply all of the substances materials for us, so it's all good. Oh, it's still going. I'm wondering why it was a bit slow, but Substance is still working things out. Helpport's here. I'll try and remember that black mask adds, white mask takes away when you put stuff on it. Now you can see by doing the bake out, we've actually Substance has changed our materials a little bit, which is okay. We just have to go in and make a bit paint over a couple of areas. I don't want the interior of the fridge to be quite that dirty. Euro says unless it's inverted. Max's butt Smurfberry says. Euro said no one ever accepts Smurfberry. That's right. Smurf says it has butts masking. Euro said only for caricatures. Helpford says doesn't Max have an anime mascot? No, I don't think it does. I know Unity has. Don't pick vertex color. No, I have to pick vertex color. Because that's what we've done. But it does mean we have to go through here now and just clean it up a little bit, because it's added a lot more dirt now that it's actually done a bake out as it's supposed to have. Well, let's do one thing at a time first, actually. We could keep the handles here as this painted metal if we wanted to, which might look cool. Actually, I think I will, because the actual hinges themselves that go in here are the silver on the door. So it'll be a nice contrast between the two. We'll do that. And I like the look of a little bit of rust on it as well. So I was originally going to make them silver, but I don't think we need to now. Yeah. But we do need to go in and remove a bit of the dirt that's showing up now. I'm just going to find the right layer so I can paint it out. Not that one. The number of times I forgot to do a bake down. As you guys probably know, you've watched me work, I forget. I just forget. Okay, it's in this layer here. And it's in this sub layer here. Might be the dirt, I think. No, it's not the dirt. I think it's going to be one of these ones that I want. I think. Yeah. I'm going to add a paint layer in here, I think. We're going to paint out a lot of the dirt. I mean, I'll leave a little bit here and there, but I don't want it quite that heavy. Helpwood says, maybe you need a day off from work soon if you forget to bake everything when it's starting in your look. I know. I don't always do it. I just get so excited about starting to texture stuff up that I forget to do a bake out. If you don't do a bake out, you ain't going to get a good result with when you're using materials that work on curvature and stuff like that. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let's remove it from over here. We'll keep that little bit up through the top there, I don't mind that. The glass we're not worrying about because it's going to be a glass shader in Unreal for the light. I might remove a bit more from here though, I think. Maybe a bit through here. Okay. I might just clean it up a little bit more at the base. And I might remove some from the shelves as well. We want some dirty shelves. We don't want them black though. Alright, now I need to find the other layer. It's going to be in this layer again. And it's going to be in here. Right in here. Again, I'm painting out some of that that bumpy looking metal here, making it look smoother, because it was just a bit too bumpy in some spots. I'll just do a quick save here. Creative Steve says the fridge is looking nice. Thank you, Creative Steve. We want an old looking fridge, so that's what we got, an old looking fridge. It has to match the oven because, you know, the oven we did last week was pretty old and crappy looking. So, well, you know, old looking. We're going to make the fridge the same. Contigi! Hey Contigi! It's good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. My apologies for taking so long to notice. It's good to see you, Contigi. Says, my friends, how are you all? Creative Steve says, I'm doing good. Smurf says, I have bad posture. Do I have bad posture? Am I sitting up straight? I think I am. I've noticed, I don't know, you guys have probably seen while I've been streaming, but when I work, I tend to get further and further and further forward to the monitor. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that. I should stay sitting back Smurf says I should sit more better. Nothing else says also have bad posture. I say we all do. Ready Steve says that's good to hear, Contigi. Save and copy. Well, I just saved. I just had a copy, so that's okay. We got our save and copy done. So yeah, I think I'll leave the handles here with a bit of rust on them. I won't turn them silver because the bracket that attaches here is silver, so it'll look nice having that contrast in the game. I just want to find one more thing to fix through here. I've just got to find the right layer. So it's going to be... not that one. Again, I just have to wait for Substance Painter to catch up here while I'm doing this. Come on, which layer is it? Oh, it's my phone going off again. I will ignore it. Which layer is it? Wow, really? Really? Which layer? It's not that one. I really thought it would have been one of these ones up here, but no. I really thought it was in this layer. No. I need to knock back the bump a little bit. So that's basically what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the right layer that contains the bump. If I have too much of a trouble finding it, then what I can do is I can actually turn off the bump, or I can manipulate the bump once I find the right layer overall. It's better if I can find the sub layer, but if I can't find the sub layer, then I can do it on the overall layer. I really thought it was one of these layers. It might be this one. Yeah, it's in this layer here, so I think what I might do is move to my, let's try the height channel to begin with. We'll see if that we can manipulate it that way. Yeah, so I'm just pulling back on the height here so that the metal isn't quite so bumpy. It's smoother because it's a painted metal. It's not meant to be really rough. It's meant to be smooth. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's do a quick save here. Elfwood says my vision is so bad that I have to lean super close to you. My vision's fine. I don't need to get really close to my monitor. I just, for some reason, when I work, I just have this tendency to move forward. I just gravitate forward toward the screen. It's weird. I don't need to. I can see perfectly fine from here. Well, with my glasses on. If I take my glasses off, then I can't. I don't know that we need to do a lot more. We could make the shelves gold if you want, guys. It's up to you. We could do what we did with the oven. We could throw a gold sort of... Because I think we do have a gold here. Where is it? Let's have a look. Did we make a smart material out of it? I can't remember. Let me just make these larger so we can see them better. I don't know that we made a smart material for it. No, it doesn't look like we did. We have our toilet seat here, smart material for our gold toilet seat, but I don't think we made a smart material from the oven for the shelving. Then we could add gold on it if you want. Do you guys want gold shelves in the fridge? I don't know that it really needs it, but Smurfberry does, so we don't ask him because he's automatically going to say yes. Oh, the feet. The feet. I forgot about those. Smurfberry sad face because there's no gold shelves. We need to just add something for the feet here, so I'm going to go back to all of my smart materials and we're going to find something suitable. What do we got here? What would they originally have been? Because normally I'd make them plastic, like a black plastic, but 1920s, they didn't have plastic then. It wasn't invented yet. So what would they have put on what would the feet have been made of on a fridge in a 1920s fridge? Metal, I guess? Yeah, probably metal. Maybe a dark metal. Yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. I'm pretty sure it probably would have been metal. Probably would have been like a dark metal. We have taken some artistic liberties, but where we can, we really should try and make it as true to its time as it should be. Pig iron, Smurfberry says, and yeah, Sniper Girl says metal, I guess. Yeah, I think so too. We do have a few metals here. Let's find one. There's some metal smart materials here I got to avoid because they tend to crash substance painter. I can't remember which ones they are, but I think they're around here, so I just got to make sure I don't choose the wrong one. If we stick to the ones up here, we should be alright. Let's have a look at... Let's have a look at this metal, I think. Just before I drag that in, I want to make sure I'm at the top of my stack. I did save it, so if it does crash substance painter, we should be okay. Yeah, I don't like this metal so much, but I'm going to mask it with color selection just to the feet. think what I'll do is I'll mix it with another color. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, that'll do. So we'll group both of these together. I'm going to call it fridge feet. We're going to mask that group with a color selection. And we're going to add a smart mask. We'll just go with a surface worn. And let's just do a mix. Why am I not getting... Oh, okay, I see. We're not getting a good contrast between the two colours because they're both very dark. I think that's the reason we're having a problem seeing it, so... I think what I'll do... Yeah, if I turn the darker colour off and we play with our mixing, you can probably see it a bit better. The reason we're having a problem seeing it is because they're both really dark metal. So if I turn this one back on, I'm just going to change the color of one of them a little bit. I'm just going to lighten them up a touch. Just so we get a bit of contrast. Sniper Girl says, a 3D artist take artistic liberties? How could you? I know. Jizan, it's good to see you, Jizan. I hope you had a good weekend. Dang it, it messed up. What messed up, Jizan? Hello to you as well. It's good to see you, Jizan. What messed up? That should be okay. We've got a bit of a contrast between the two because I lightened up one of the colours a bit. I don't think the player's going to be getting down low enough to even to really notice the feet on the fridge, but hey, we did it anyway. I don't know that we need to do a lot more for the fridge, to be honest. I don't think there's really anything I want to add, change. Knock back the bump. We remove some of the rust. The only thing I'm not really liking is the shelving. I think what we might do is we might mix one more color in for the shelves. So let's jump back to our smart material and let's have a look at it. Won't be gold, but I think we might go with another metal. We have I've got this rusted metal. Let's see what that looks like. If it's too rusty and dark, then I'll choose something else. We're going to mask with color selection to the shelving. So basically that's brought in more of a silver as opposed to being the cream color of the rest of the fridge. What do you guys think? Should we keep it as a metal or keep it as the same color as the fridge or make it a metal. Like we can do a mix. Like we could group this. Where is my group? Group. I get there eventually. And then we can mask the group with color selection. And then we can color, so we can remove that color selection. Our design says, there we go. Copy, Hellport says yes, copy. Sniper Girl says metal. Sniper Girl says looks way better metal. Smurf says I think metal but not a super dark or rusty grungy metal. In other words, a low contrast metal. Okay, well let's have a look. Low contrast metal. Let's have a look at this one. Not that one. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Let's have a look at this one. Let's do a mask with color selection. Let us actually I'm going to I'm working in the wrong layer here. I should be in base color to begin with. I changed it to height to knock back the bump on the metal on the frame and forgot to put it back. Not that matters really. We haven't been doing it in painting. Having said that though, now I want to change it back to the height, so I can pull back. On the bump. We're going to want to do that for both of these. Change back to base color. I'm going to turn off the roughness and the height here. Just got to find the right layer. I might throw a smart mask down. I know Phil's being very quiet, but it's taking me a little... I have to concentrate, basically. To find the right layer. It's in this layer here. Let's group both of these. Actually, I'm just trying to work out what this layer is. Let's keep that one off. Concentrate on this one. Work out what I'm trying to do. Color selection. Gotta find the right layer. Okay, I think it's probably in this layer. We might turn that metal layer up, I don't think we need it. So I'm doing it again, I'm moving forward. I think metal but not super dark. In other words, a low contrast metal. Hellford says, better to focus on work when you're in the zone. Besides, you spent like 30 minutes at the start of the stream chatting. The girl says, still going to show people's work? Yes, I am. I do want to do that, yes. And tomorrow is just chat, that's true. I do want to show the work. So what we might do is we might finish the fridge here so I can show up your work. I prefer that metal to the painted colour that we had. So we were painted, now we've got a bit of a metal. I prefer the metal. I think the metal looks better. So let's do a save. And I'm going to export the textures into our fridge folder. I need to change the name. So I'm just going to get all this ready and then we'll change the name and then we'll export. So we're going to call this one fridge body. Save and export. Okay. And now I want to show the work that you guys have done. What we'll probably end up doing, I'm not streaming next week, the week after. What have we got left to do in the kitchen? We've got to do the curtain for the window. I want to do an island bench that goes in the middle of the floor, which sits underneath of where the pots and pans hang from. So we have to do the curtain, the island bench in the middle, and then with the floor and the walls, and then that's pretty much it for the kitchen. We can start putting it together in Unreal. But I want to show the work that you guys have been doing and popped into the Discord server. I'm just catching up with Discord here in the general chat. So I want to start with Sniper Girl. Or did Hellforge? No, I showed those. Yep. Sniper. Sniper Girl. Let me just copy the link and paste it into my browser. So Sniper Girl is working on tools by the look of it. They're looking very cool, Sniper Girl. Yeah, nice. Because she's working on a scene, which is this one here. Again, that's looking really cool, Sniper Girl. I like all the detailing you've got going on everywhere, even down to the tire here. And those tools were created for this tool area. Yeah, no. This is a really common way for people to work. You block out your scene using just a standard shader, like she's using like a grey or a white, and then you texture it up bit by bit. It's a good way if you like, so I work both ways. Like I'll model say this drum, I'll model it and I'll texture it as one object, then I'll put it in my scene, then I'll model and texture the shelves, then I'll put them in my scene. But it might be easier to work this way if you have a problem trying to work out your you've asked me about this before. You say, oh, how do you do, what was the question you guys asked me? It was about color. Like when you're texturing, how to make good texturing, how to get textures to blend or to mix, to blend together nicely. Different items to be textured to blend nicely. Like I said, I tend to model, texture, and then place each item. But that's because I can picture it in my head as I create it, what it's going to look like as a final scene. So if you're good at imagining, visualizing in your mind's eye what a scene is going to look like put together as you're texturing bits and pieces up, that's a good way to do it. Doing it this way, where you have an entire scene set up but you haven't textured anything yet, is an easier way to make sure your textures can blend nicely together, that they look good together. Because you can do this, then you texture up the barrel, fine, you put your texture in, you texture up your shelving and you put that in, and the floor and the boxes and whatever, and you can sort of see as you go how things blend together. So that's an easier way to work. It's getting completely off tangent, but I thought I'd mention that because I know I've had questions from you guys before about how do you get things to blend nicely together texture wise. This is an easier way to do it, is to do it once you've set your scene up, just using a plain shader like this. It's the same similar sort of way to what games companies do when they're creating a level. Like you can have a level designer and then you have an environment artist. So the level designer will block a level out just with boxes, white boxes, in different bits and pieces for gameplay. And then the environment artist comes in, takes out the boxes and puts the actual props in place to make sure that everything looks pretty. It's a similar sort of thing. But that's more of a gameplay thing. Yeah, Sniper Girl says, hi Polly, we'll be baking them down. They are looking really cool. She's also got the axe by the look of it here, so let's have a look at that. Just on its own. Yeah, it's looking really nice, Sniper Girl. I love... Is this for those that are interested? Oh, this is the reference. I'm thinking, wow, that looks cool. Yeah, this is the reference image. Okay. Bill should learn to read before he opens his mouth, shouldn't he? She stuck true to the reference though. Yeah, and again, I think she's saying this is the high poly version, but really nice detailing going on with the wood. Tires. She's got the character scale. She's doing this in a 3D program, I think. Do you use Maya? I can't remember. I think it's Maya you use, isn't it, Sniper Girl? Oh, but she's going to be putting it together in Unreal. She says, the main reason I'm doing it this way is I'm still looking at doing RGBA for alpha masking to change between various materials to save on resources. Yeah, I'm just pointing out that this is a good way to do it though too. If you have a problem visualizing how different assets are going to work together once you've textured them up. So instead of working on I've explained it. Yeah, I understand what you're doing. But I'm saying it's another good reason to do it this way could be because you'll find it easier to texture and to get the textures to blend more easily. The axis referenced, Helford says, yeah, that makes sense. I did that with the environment piece I did like 1.5 years ago. Yeah. Smurf says incredible. Oh wait. Maya. I thought you used Maya. Yeah. But it's looking really cool, Sniper Girl. I love it. Tools look great and the environment's coming along really nicely. It'll look really cool once you texture it all up. Because I know you're using a lot of photogrammetry stuff too, so it's going to look super good. I did just want to also show the gun that Hellforge has been working on. This was a comparison because he did the original version, which was this one here, and this was one where he changed the. He said he made some changes to the wood stock and also to the metal, to the sheen of the metal. And yeah, I like the top one better. I like the one where the metal just has a bit more of a sheen to it because it picks up more of the dirt, of the grime and wear on the metal itself. But it looks really cool, really nice gun, Hellforge. And again, this is a piece that Hellforge is going to be putting in its portfolio. It does, it looks really, really nice. Beautiful work. Creative Steve says, this coming month I'm going to tackle to learning Unreal Engine for environment work. Cool. Well, I love the Unreal Engine, Creative Steve. You'll see me working back in Unreal soon. Once we finish doing the last few assets for the kitchen, once we finish texturing them up in Substance Painter, we're going to be jumping into Unreal and putting the kitchen together inside of the engine on stream. So we'll be doing all the lighting and all that sort of stuff. And so if you've got any questions while I work, feel free to ask away. Or if you've got any questions, if you want to start playing in Unreal, jump on the Discord and pop a question on Discord, Creative Steve. If you get stuck, that goes for anyone watching. If you want to join the Discord server and you want some help with whatever you're doing, feel free to ask on the Discord. I think I'm caught up with everything, aren't I, in the gallery? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am. Is Android Lust not in the stream today, was he? Oh, that's a shame. I hope he's alright. Or, no, he's not here, is he? I haven't seen a message from Android Lust, no. Anyway, I think we might leave it there for today, guys and girls. I do want to thank you all though for being here and for watching. I do appreciate you hanging out with me. I'll be back on again tomorrow, of course, at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. Now, tomorrow is Phil Does Chat. So there'll be no 3D work tomorrow. I'll just be chatting to you guys and we can talk about whatever you guys want. Doesn't have to be 3D related, can be about anything. But that's tomorrow, 5 p.m. Remember, tomorrow will be the last stream. I'm off the week after, but then I'm back after that. So Phil Does Chat tomorrow, no streams next week, but back the week after. So Sniper Girl has posted an image in the gallery, so you check that out and I'll show that next week, but it's the act she's been working on. So same as usual, Smith says, that's right. So yeah, you guys take care. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow for our Phil Does Chat stream. Thanks for hanging out and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. See you guys.